Good morning and happy Wednesday. It actually looks like it's going to be a gorgeous day here in southeastern Massachusetts. Get my defrosters going here. We had quite a bit of a thunderstorm last night. It was actually kind of cool. I love thunderstorms. I know this week I'd said that it was Forgiveness Week, and I talked a little bit about it yesterday. But today I wanted to talk about something a little different, just because I feel like it. So yesterday, one of my groups, we had talked about one of the reasons why people either get started using substances or relapse, and one of those reasons is boredom, right? I hear that a lot, and I've experienced that myself, right? So bored, nothing to do, and the meaning of the word, or what we interpret it as nothing to do, is actually false. I remember when I was a kid and I would tell my mom that I was bored, she'd say, "Oh, I have a lot of things you can do," right? Usually meaning housework, but and I got out of there real quick. No, I'm not that bored. So the fact that we don't have nothing to do, I think, is a fallacy. I think what it really is that we don't have anything meaningful. We don't have a purposeful task or something to do. Because I've gotten bored doing mundane things, right? So I'm not doing anything. I'm doing something, but it's boring because it's mundane. It's monotonous, right? It's repetition. It's not really exciting. So sometimes we need that. And so during the group, we kind of went through some of the things that we are interested in and may want to do someday. And I think a lot of times people, what happens is they have things that are interesting, exciting, that they want to do, but they get overwhelmed with it and they don't know where to start. I had one client that said that he wanted to travel. And I said, okay, what is one thing you can do this week toward that goal? And he goes, well, I'm not going to leave the country this week. And I'm like, yeah, that's like the last thing on the list. What is something you can do toward that goal? Maybe decide where you want to go. So that could be step one. And I have found in my experience, sometimes just planning something can be just as fun, just as exciting as actually going there. So this week, decide where you want to go. And if you decide where you want to go, maybe the next step would be looking into that area a little bit. Go online, check out what is the culture like, or what is drawing you there? What is it that you want to do, or while you're there, or see, and so just investigating that. Another girl mentioned that she wanted to get back into playing guitar. Great. So what can you do this week, to do that? She goes, well, my stepfather plays guitar, and I'm sure he'll, he's always offered to jam out with me and teach me some stuff. I said, that's great. I said, what can you do this week towards that end? She goes, well, I just told you. I have a step. I said, yeah, you told me your stepfather plays, but what can you do? What actions can you take? Can you ask him, can we set up a day and time when we can sit down and maybe figure out a schedule, or maybe figure out when we can actually meet to do this, set aside time to do this. And then she's like, well, his schedule varies from week to week. I says, okay, maybe you can ask him if you guys can sit down one day a week, let's say Sunday evening, and decide what day that week you can meet to do some guitar. So it's breaking it down to those simple little things that I think, we go to step 5 when we haven't even done step 1 through 4 yet, right? And I think we get overwhelmed, like, well, in her case, she didn't really get overwhelmed, but it was procrastinating. It was, well, what has stopped you from doing this? Like, this is something that you want to do, but You're not doing it. So setting a goal as far as, okay, this week I'm going to have a conversation with my stepdad that we are going to set this up, and we're going to meet Sunday night at 6 o'clock and discuss for the week when we're going to be able to meet to practice, to do the lessons. And so that is an important part of the goal, of the step towards your goal, right? The same thing with the fellow that wanted to travel, right? Figuring out where you want to travel is an important part. Figuring out maybe what time of year you want to go, right? Which would be the best for you. Figuring out, what cities or what areas or what, sites you want to see or things you want to do in that area, right? He was already saying, well, what I can do is book the flight or check out the flights. I'm like, no, that's like step 10. You got to do steps 1 through 9 first, right? And in doing that, and this is the key, in doing that, you have purpose, you have meaning, it's exciting, you have a goal, and you're working towards that goal, and each day you're working a little bit towards it. It's giving you purpose, it's giving you meaning, you have a drive, to get to the end result. But in the meantime, you got all these little steps, and it fills out your day. It makes it exciting. It makes it, you want to wake up that day because you got to plan this trip, right? I mean, so these are some of the core concepts I think a lot of people get stuck on, and they may seem simple, and they're not complicated, but sometimes hashing them out with someone helps, right? And so that's where I come in. I support people, I help people with reaching their goals and breaking it down and holding them accountable. Like, their homework assignment was this week, we're going to meet on Friday, and these things you're going to do, right? So we've already laid out basic little steps they're going to take specifically, and then we're going to meet on Friday, and then they're going to tell me how they did. Did they do the things that they were set to do? And if not, why not? What was some of the obstacles? What were some of the challenges? And then I'm going to help them overcome those challenges, and then set a new goal and time and whatnot. So these are some things that I work with my clients on, and so if you need help in these areas, please contact me, right? You can go on my website, recoveryenthusiast.com, and email me or send me a message through the website, or my email is Doreen at recoveryenthusiast.com, and let me know how I can help you out. That's what I do. That's what I love to do. That's my passion. And I hope this video has helped you, and maybe this video in itself has given you what you needed to achieve your goal, or work a step closer to your goal. Anyway, I hope you have a wonderful day. Remember to let the people that you love know that you love them. Send out that text, give them the call, give them a hug. Forgiveness is part of that. So if you've got some resentments, you've got some stuff that's blocking you, let that shit go. Apologize for your piece in it. Open your arms to the people that you love, if you're able to. If not, sometimes you have to love from a distance. We talked about that yesterday, and that's okay too. But be the bigger person and make that first step. Make the call first. Don't wait for them to contact you, even if you feel that's what they should be doing. And live your life enthusiastically, because there is no other way. Until next time, guys.